Last couple of weeks have been honestly a bit mad. I wanted to make this video because I looked on my YouTube the other day and I haven't uploaded in a month, and that is appalling. So let me explain. I got back from Amsterdam World Cup about 2 weeks ago now. It was an absolute whirlwind. I wanted to get a video up beforehand, and even then I felt bad about having not uploaded in a while. Didn't manage to do it, just with all the training and things recently with the World Cups. They've been super intense because obviously the sooner and the closer we get to Tokyo 2020 and the qualification area time, it just gets more intense. So every minute, every bit of training, every session, every lesson, every little moment counts, and I need to make those moments count in order to do my best, and that is really the big goal for me at the moment. And I'm struggling, honestly. I'm finding it difficult, and that's part of what this video is about. I'm finding it difficult to balance my time and to get content out, and even my Instagram is a bit better than my YouTube, but it's been slacking a little bit. I'm struggling to get the content out to you guys and to find the balance, which is something that I always usually pride myself on. Honestly, I'm exhausted. And I then decided to take a little short brief break off to just got back from there, to Prague, to kind of get a little bit of respite, to kind of get away from the city, get away from training. And I went there, and on the first night, we spent a little bit of time with some dogs and around some cats, and stayed in a hotel that I think maybe there was a lot of dust or something, and essentially this happened.
When I'm here. What time is it?
Almost 5.
It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, but Friday now, in hospital because I just had a really bad asthma attack. Was meant to fly back to London today because we moved the flight forward because my asthma was really bad. Not getting that flight now. It's not getting better enough, and the doctor's not recommending doing it, and it's a bit risky. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment.
Yeah, so around, long story short, I've got bad asthma. It started getting worse. For those of you that have asthma, you know that you have a blue inhaler. Mine looks like this. And usually when I take that, the asthma goes away. For at least 3 to 4 hours, I'm okay, normal, if, I'm in a situation where I'm feeling very asthmatic. So that wasn't the case. What happened was it would come back in about an hour, and then I'd take it again, and then it would come back in about half an hour, and then I'd try and take it again, and it would come back in 20 minutes, and to the point at which it was hardly even working anymore, and I was feeling constantly like I couldn't, it was like breathing through a straw. And for those of you that have asthma, you'll know that when you take your puff or your inhaler and it doesn't work, it's a really scary experience, especially when you're in another country, and you're maybe unfamiliar with the healthcare system. So I kind of then thought maybe I can get some air, so I went outside. It was like 1 degree. I was like kind of in the hallway of the hotel, like trying to kind of get some fresh air and get out of the room, because I thought it might be the room, but it was just getting worse and worse and worse. I booked a flight for that morning, the next morning, to try and get us home. Had to miss it, had to go to hospital. I basically wasn't getting better, and I realised that I needed to go to hospital. So we went to A&E. We were there breathing through oxygen through a thing for a couple of hours, until eventually it got better. But when I first got there and I started breathing the oxygen, it didn't help immediately, and that's something that usually really, it helps, boom, it gets rid of the asthma. When you have an asthma attack, you think the blue puffer will help, and it doesn't, and it's scary. And then you take it a couple more times and you think that will help and it will go away, and it doesn't, and that's more scary. And then you go to a hospital and think, they'll definitely fix me, I'll be okay, and then it doesn't. And honestly, it's really scary. And I was kind of sat there, and not to be too melodramatic about this kind of thing, because I don't want to fluff it up too much, but honestly, that fear of dying does honestly come into your head a little bit, and you're like, shit, that would be really bad. And the thing in that moment that really scared me the most, I think, was it was the people that meant a lot to me that I was scared about not seeing again or spending time with, and kind of wish that I'd spent more time with. It sounds very dramatic. I wasn't actually like dying, but you know, those thoughts, those irrational thoughts do pop into your head when you kind of sat there on a table in A&E at the middle of the night being like, I can't breathe, what if, kind of thing. It was the ideas that come into your head, like the people that mean the most to you, and the ideas that you had and the things that you wanted to achieve, and all the ideas that I didn't give life to, all the videos that I never made, all the achievements that I never achieved, all the things that I wanted that I never got, that I never made happen, that I never did. And it wasn't, you know, that watch I didn't own, that mansion that I never bought, or that holiday to the Bahamas that I never went on. You know, it wasn't these material items that even had a second's thought space in my head in that moment. It was none of that. And it kind of, for me, was a really like clarifying moment, like what is actually important in life, like what means a lot to me, and what are the things that you think about in those really stressful, scary situations that I really wanted to share with you today. And to everyone it's going to be different, of course. You know, this is just my experience. Maybe to you guys it will be that watch that you really wanted, or that car, whatever it might be, but at the same time, even if it is those things, you still need to go out and get them. You still need to make them happen. And it's funny because it couldn't have almost come at a better time, and that sounds really strange, and I really don't wish this upon anyone, and I really wish that it hadn't happened to me. But I recently, in the last couple of months, I've been feeling really unmotivated. I've been feeling really down about my YouTube, my social media. That's part of the reason I haven't been motivated to actually get videos and content out to you guys. I've been feeling unmotivated. I've been feeling like I'm in a bit of a rut, to be honest. I don't have any ideas. I don't have the motivation to execute those ideas. And usually I'm number one for like, go out and get it and do it. And it's been really difficult, I think, the last couple of weeks in order to do that. I'm feeling a little bit lost with it all. And so I apologize on behalf of that. I don't know why it is. I've just been feeling in a little bit of a rut. And I think this experience has really kind of shown me like what is important, what means the most to me, what are my, you know, goals, and what do I really want to spend my time doing. Because that for me is a huge one, is how to spend your time, how to rationalize, how to prioritize, and how to optimize your time, and all the I's, how to I's your time. And like the last couple of weeks, it's been so easy for me to make excuses, to not do anything, to not film, to not train, to not eat well, and to just do nothing. And I've found an excuse for it each time. And I've been tired, I've been exhausted, and each time I try and take a rest, try and take a break, something like this happens where I don't sleep well, or, you know, I'm exhausted, or my leg hurts, and it feels like everything's really been building up on me, and it's been tough, honestly. And it's hard to give like one piece of all-encompassing advice to myself or to you guys that would fix or help this, because you know, I'm sure you guys can empathize if you've ever been in this situation, how difficult it is to get out of that rut and to kind of re-motivate yourself, and to find a purpose, and to find meaning, and to find a way of pushing yourself when you're feeling so down. It's so easy to motivate yourself when you're feeling motivated, and this is one reason I always say that motivation is bullshit, because it's always so easy to be motivated when you're feeling motivated. But when you're not, when you're tired, when there are health problems, when, you know, there are other things on your mind, motivation means nothing. And to get yourself going and to continue going, it's those strong habits, and it's that kind of grit and determination which is what keeps you going. But one thing that's honestly helped me a lot, and one phrase that is sort of encompasses everything that I'm trying to say today in this video, everything that I'm trying to work towards, and everything that's helped me trying to get out of that and to kind of combat what I fear the most, which is not doing all the things that I wanted to do, not seeing all the people, not spending the time, not achieving all those goals, is something I got tattooed on me fairly recently. If you follow my Instagram, you'll know this already, but if you don't, then here it is. Do more. And I think this really encapsulates everything that I'm trying to say to you guys, which is don't quit. Never be satisfied. Always keep working for what you want. And stop thinking about whatever it is you want to do and just go out and do it. It's so easy, I think, sometimes to make excuses for yourself and think, oh, you know, I wanted to do this, I wanted to train, I wanted to see my friends, I wanted to spend that evening and go out for dinner with that person that means so much to me, but I can't because I'm tired, I can't because I need to do one of these things. But honestly, it's sometimes a phrase that I say to myself when I'm feeling like this, and sometimes all of these things can be possible. Sometimes you just need to make time for them. Sometimes you need to just go out and do it. Sometimes you need to just do more. Whenever you think that's enough, I can't do any more, honestly, it can be surprising how much you can push yourself. When you feel like you've got nothing left in the tank, and this is something I talk about quite frequently, you can honestly do more. And it can be such an easy thing to just give up and to stop there and to not want to do anymore and to quit. But if I had to give you guys one piece of advice, and when I say you guys, I mean I'm giving this advice to myself, and as you guys know by now, part of the reason I make these videos is to coach myself as well as it is to help you guys. Is honestly, when you're feeling like shit, when everything seems like it's not going well, just keep doing it. Just keep doing something. Just keep moving forwards, because honestly, it's the stopping that kills you. And there's this quote that I found on Instagram recently, which I found really interesting, which was, "It's not how fast or slow you're moving that ever killed anyone. It's suddenly coming to an immediate stop that is what will get you." And I thought that was really interesting. Think about it, because that's actually quite true. Driving fast never actually killed anyone. It's the impact of stopping immediately that'll get you. And honestly, guys, as long as you keep moving, it is okay to take breaks, it's okay to take rest. I've been doing that. It's okay not to feel 100%. It's okay not to take time off, because that's all beneficial, that's all moving forward, that's all helping you, that's all helping you get better, that's helping you recover. And it's okay to take breaks sometimes. It's part of a balanced lifestyle. Don't think that it's always balls to the wall, 100% grinding, doing more all the time. Sometimes the most you can do is taking some time off. And I think I'm a victim of that recently, is that I got, before Prague, before my asthma attack, before I went to hospital, I had about 7 hours sleep in the course of about 3 days. And that was to do with training a lot, traveling a lot, and yeah, just not making time. And I think that it shows how detrimental that can be. So honestly, guys, do what's best for you, do more. If that means taking a break, then do it. And hopefully, guys, I'm going to try and be a bit better with the uploads. I'm going to see you guys soon. Thanks for listening. I'll see you when I see you.